What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Madden NFL franchise for the Las Vegas Raiders here at Pastors Game 2. This is the bye week, but before we get into doing a look at the league and checking out a few things, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. We're trying to get 1,000 likes. Not 1,000 likes. We'll take 1,000 likes. 1,000 subscribers. And so if you would like to be a part of our journey, brand new channel, so we're trying to get as much help as we can to kind of get our content out. Your subscription helps us do that, and hopefully the content's good and entertaining for you as well. Okay, so we are in our bye week after getting a tie, our first ever tie against the New England Patriots and Cam Newton, and I did some dumb stuff in that game. If you checked out that game, then you know that I probably should have kept running the ball in the overtime, and I stopped running the ball. Josh Jacobs was in the zone, and I should have just kept running it to get to the field goal range. I didn't do that, and so that was dumb of me, and so I deserved that tie. It is so dissatisfying to get a tie, I gotta tell you, and so I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Here's a few things we're going to do in this episode. We're going to look at a lot of our college players. We're going to look at some of the college players we've been targeting and scouting over the weeks. I haven't really focused in on that in many of the episodes. And we're going to look at some statistics around the league to make sure, just to see where everybody is and how everybody's doing, and take a look at our conference to see what the conference is looking like and who's looking good. It's a nice point. It's been 9 weeks, and so we should get a feel for what each team is actually trying to do. So let's go ahead and look at the college players real quick. So my thinking is, in this draft, I think I traded away our second round draft pick. So our first round draft pick is going to be huge. And we're probably going to need to get a quarterback in this draft. I don't think we're going to get it in the first round. Depending on what our offensive line looks like, I mean, we've got to take care of Josh Jacobs. So he's got to be a big target for us as we look at it. If we're looking at our needs over there on the left of the screen there, you see we're not too bad on the offensive line, but we could get better. I'm hoping we just improve as we go, but the offensive line may be where we spend the first pick on the left guard or the right guard position, depending on what happens with Colton Miller if he progresses. On the defensive side, middle linebacker is what I really want to be. I mean, if you remember last season, I was just big on trying to get middle linebacker, and I experimented with changing the position of a couple of players, and that's actually on the field they've been playing pretty good, but I love to kind of get stronger at middle linebacker, just have two studs there, and so we may look at that. So let's look at the rest of these to see if we can find anybody. Let's go ahead and put him on our list, although again, we don't have a second round draft pick at this point, and that is no good. The cornerback situation is also, you'll see we kind of been looking at the cornerback situation as well, and then also, dark horse wide receiver. We really haven't drafted or looked at wide receiver in the free agency or in draft, and at some point we're probably going to need to do that as well. We have Henry Ruggs and Edwards, and we want to keep them going, but a third option, Winfrow's good, and I like our receivers, but you never know. So that's kind of what we're looking at. We're gonna see how the rest of the league, how the rest of the season goes down. We don't have a lot of options though for the off season at this point, and so and we don't have a lot of pieces either to trade or to try to move in order to move up in a draft. And so unless we just do bad for the rest of the season and tank, I don't know that we're going to get really great movement on the draft. Here's a look at our standings. You saw the standings there maybe quickly, but let's take a look at the AFC West and we'll kind of look at the whole league. So we're 5-2-1 thanks to the Patriots. We've got that one tie, but we are battling with the Kansas City Chiefs for the top of our division. We've already beat them once, so I think I don't know. I guess we have the tiebreaker. I don't know what the tiebreaker is, but hopefully it doesn't come down to this tie that we have with the Patriots. But that's our division. Let's take a look at the AFC altogether. So the Patriots are on top, I guess, because they have one loss instead of two losses, and so 5-1-1. And then the Jets, the Jets have made a splash this season. They are the number 2, or at least they're in the hunt for number 2. And then there's the Chiefs, and then we're in there, and then there's the Titans. So it's pretty tight up here at the top of the conference on the AFC side. So we're kind of fighting to get into the playoff contention. It could turn out that, if we keep winning out, or we win a couple more games, we may have to. It may be the wild card for us. I mean, our team, we're barely pulling these games out, and it is not comfortable. I can tell you that right now. Like, it is. I feel like I don't feel good, about the team. You know what I'm saying? So NFC, here's the Atlanta Falcons. They're the top of the division there, and then you got the Packers, the Cowboys, and then you got the Bucks. And so you see the top players, the Bears. Y'all, I was working on some trades. So I know we talked about the trade, or I mentioned the trade that had Harris Smith in it, the strong safety that we had, and I was trying to make it work, man. I wanted to bring Khalil Mack back to Raider Nation. I had put together a pretty good package. We was giving up a lot to try to get Khalil Mack. We got super close, but they didn't take it. Anyway, when I saw the Bears, it made me think of that. So that's the conference. So you can kind of look at your teams there. Let's look at some of the statistics in the league to see who is doing what in the league. So let's go to NFL. I wish they would just let this be NFL. So Nick Foles is the leading passer according by yards, with Tom Brady right behind him and Gardner Minshew behind him. And so kind of some unlikely characters. Patrick Mahomes is lower. Now, they're within 25 yards, 8-1. So they're all within each other's range. And some of these players don't have bye weeks yet, and some of them have. And so you got to take that stuff into account. But Nick Foles is leading all passers with yardage. And let's take a look at who's leading with passing touchdowns. Matt Ryan with the most passing touchdowns. So that's very interesting. Looking at the rushing, Josh Jacobs leads the league, 128 attempts. Not that bad. I like that this is in line with the rest of them. It's not like he's getting the ball way more than everyone else. 862 yards. And really, again, Josh Jacobs has been steady but not dominant in these games. He only had a couple dominant games, but Josh Jacobs has just been all right. 6.7 yards and 9 touchdowns. 107. I guess 107.8 yards a game is dominant. It just doesn't feel like he's dominant, he's steady. He's just consistent. And like I said, our team seems to be kind of getting through at the moment, Julio Jones with the most receptions on the league. Keenan Allen, who's just beast when we played him, man. Gosh, that dude is hard to cover. We do not have anybody for him. I kind of hate playing the Chargers. They have such a good defense. You can't pass on them. You can hardly run on them. And then Keenan Allen, man, it's just tough. He's a tough matchup. They're a tough matchup for us for some reason. So Juju is in there. This is by yardage, I guess. Let's look at receptions. So DJ Chark is the top reception getter. Corey Davis, again, unlikely characters here on the receptions. And then let's look at touchdowns and see who's doing that. Yeah, Julio Jones leads all in touchdowns. So very cool. Looking at the defense, top tackler is Tremaine Edwards for the Buffalo Bills. Joe Schobert, Devin Bush, Roquan Smith, and KJ Wright. We almost got Devin Bush in a trade. Ended up not getting him, and we almost got CJ Mosley in a trade, and we ended up not getting him. So it's interesting to see those guys on this list. I guess this is the one. Tackles. Yeah, we were on the right thing. Looking at sacks, who's the sack leader? Cam Jordan. I played around with trying to get him. The Saints really liked our picks, but they just were under the cap too much. We couldn't make the cap room work. Arik Armstead, and there's Khalil Mack. I wish I could have brought him, man. It'd be so cool to get Khalil Mack back into black and silver. I tried. I really tried. I really tried. Aaron Donald also. So looks like Cam Jordan is like kind of far and away, 10.5 sacks, and everybody else is a little bit next to each other. So that's not too bad. Looking at interceptions, the rookie Alex Bonds for us, he is among the league leaders in interceptions, also with 32 tackles. The rookie's having a good year. 8 deflections. Let's see how many. Yeah, he leads the league in deflections. Very nice. The rookie is making a name for himself. Let's go back to interceptions here. As he is doing his thing, man. Let's see, hopefully we can get a couple more interceptions. Maybe he can end the season with 5 interceptions. That'd be a good year for the rookie, for sure. That would be a good year for the rookie. So there you go, man. They're the statistics for the league. Let's see. Let's just take a look at. We will look at some of our statistics. So you see, Clifton Saban, 1,485 yards after 8 games. That's okay, but what I do like is this 11-5 touchdown to interception ratio. At this point in the season last year, Derek Carr was 50-50, or I can't remember, at 9 weeks he might have been over interceptions. And so Saban hasn't thrown a lot of interceptions. He has had some fumbles and he's gotten sacked 9 times, but again, he hasn't been amazing, but he hasn't been horrible. He's missing a lot of passes. Like, it's frustrating to have him miss as many passes as he's missing. There's some passes go across the middle when you look at the games. He's overleading them. And those are like on key downs too. They're like 3rd down and killing me with that. Brian Edwards is actually having a really good season. On his way to potentially 1,000 yards. We got 8 more games to go, so no, that's 8. That'd be 800 or 900. And then Ruggs, I really want to get Ruggs going a little bit more. He's a deep threat, and we got to figure out how to use him as a deep threat. But we got to have a passer who can throw it deep, But these guys are doing pretty good. Moreau, who's coming in sort of late, he just had these last 2 games, but he's been a little more, he's a better catcher than Waller is. He's made a couple of catches that just, Waller seems like he's dropping those passes and Moreau is catching them. And so I think that was a good move for us to move Foster Moreau up into that sort of receiving slot. And looking at the defense, the top tacklers, here. Kareem Jackson, of course, some of these tackles came while he was on the other team, but he is leading the team, and then Alex Bonds is right behind him. Now, a lot of these tackles are Alex Bonds allowing the catch and getting the tackle, but again, he's there to make the play, and so that's pretty good. And then Littleton has come up and been a big factor in this season so far. So what we don't see, let's take a look at Cantrell, which is our number 1 pick, and he is only 18 tackles. And then Heath has been far less active than he was last year, and Abram as well. So we're giving up a lot of passes and tackling after the catch. I believe that's why we've got these free safeties, cornerbacks leading in tackles, I believe. Looking at sacks, Max Crosby has to be leading. 7.5 sacks. We can get him to 10 sacks on the year. That'd be a great year for him. And then Hurst is coming up, Littleton, and then actually we want to see more of Jackson getting in and making some more tackles on sacks and tackles for loss. We want to start to bring him in, kind of put some pressure on the defense coming in the back. Coming into the backfield. Okay, so far we did the college teams, we did the AFC Championship, we did the statistics. What else is there to do? Let's go ahead and do this weekly training just to get this out of the way. Make sure we're doing the right people here. Bonds, Cantrell, and Saban is fine. We're gonna go ahead and sim these today and get that done. But yeah, man, again, this team just feels less, I don't know, we don't feel comfortable yet. Again, we're a super young team. And so I get that. I get that we're a young team, and that makes sense. Let's look at this. Okay, so Michael Davis, we'd love for you to be better than what you are. Let's look at your ratings real quick. I swear the zone coverage in this game is so bad, that they just do not respond the way they need to. We're gonna go ahead and give them a slot upgrade, and that wasn't very much. Oh, okay, +3 on man coverage is actually very good. I think Muse would just. Oh, I meant to go down one for that. That's also a very good upgrade. Recognition, zone coverage, nice. I always think it's funny because I tell them that we're gonna take it easy, and then I go and do the training anyway. Like when the thing asks me, hey, do you want to take it easy or do you want to extra prepare? I always say take it easy, but then they let me do the training. Madden, what do? They just don't. They weren't thinking about it. All right, so this is kind of an important deal. What do we want from Corey Littleton? Because here he's kind of a key player for us. He's only got 83 speed, and so that's hurting us from a pass coverage point of view. I see his zone coverage is 75 though, which is pretty good. And his man coverage is not 66. So really we need to get him up on this. Let's go ahead and give him this, man, because I just feel like our players are just giving up their good +2 on zone coverage. They're just giving up way too much on the run, on the pass, and they're getting us on these short, quick passes, which is no bueno. Next week, we play the New York Giants, and it's Derek Carr comes to town. We are dealing. Oh, actually, let me go look at Derek Carr. Let's go look at Carr's numbers and see if there's a storyline there. I don't know what they are. Carr with 1,444. 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So he actually looks like his numbers look very similar to our guy. 1,444. Let's look at the Raider guy real quick. 1,485. So our guys pass a little bit more, same amount of interceptions, one less touchdown, and less yards per game. But this is going to be an interesting deal. I think it's going to be interesting. Let's go look at the Giant team real quick to do a preview of them. Actually, let me jump to free agency. I don't think we can get anything. We really do need to we traded away our backup running back. We need another running back. But we are over the cap space. And I don't know how to clear up the cap space. Every time I drop somebody, it doesn't affect the actual cap room number, which is kind of frustrating because I've dropped a lot of players. You see it says 49 out of 53. I've dropped several players to try to get down, and it doesn't affect the cap number. All right, let's go look at the Giants real quick, and then we'll finish up on this episode. The New York Giants. Ooh, we got to deal with Saquon. That's gonna be tough. Let's see. Let's look at Derek Carr. Ooh, he had that money. All right, so we ready to see if we can pressure Derek Carr and get him to throw the ball crazily. Short accuracy is high, but we know Derek Carr, so I'm not going to spend too much time on him. Saquon, this dude we just going to have to deal with. Him and Coleman, man. 97 agility. First one free, I think, means that he can break the first tackle. Let's look at that real quick and see what that is. The ability on first one free. Some players thrive on making defenders look silly. When they enter the zone, this ability increases their fake out rate on the next juke, spin, or hurdle. Yikes. Yeah. We saw how our players are getting angles are just disappearing left and right from the Baltimore game, where we had nothing to do with for them. We had nothing for them. They've got some pretty good receivers here. No burners, so we should be able to keep up with these receivers. We should. Nothing to go far. Evan Ingram's a solid tight end. They're probably going to hit him several times. Left tackle's decent. The center is not. And right, so we may be able to get some push up the center and on this right tackle. We'll see if Crosby can get a push on Matthew Pert. Defensive line looks solid. We'll have to be careful with them. The linebacker squad, the middle linebacker does not look good. If we could run up the middle, we may be able to get something there. And then we should be able to, especially if PJ Williams ends up on somebody, we should be able to get something there. Free safety and the safety. So not bad. The New York Giants are not bad. They're not a bad team. They look like I feel like we should be able to win this game. But not bad. Not bad. So anyway, that's gonna do it for the bye week. I think that's everything I said we were gonna cover. We got the college players. We have the draft. I'm sorry, we have the AFC standings, we have the statistics, and then we had the preview of the next game. So pretty good so far, not too bad. Let's look at one other thing before I let you guys get out of here. It's 22 minutes. Okay, not too bad. So let's go to my team and go to injury report. Let's take a look at the injuries. So far, the Raiders don't have any. Yay, woot. Let's look at the NFL to see what. Oh, they don't. I can't just look at the whole NFL. I thought maybe I could get a full list. Joe Mixon is out for a couple weeks. Stephon Diggs. Those are some pretty big names. Oh, what's going on with the Bucks? Mike Evans. Mike Evans always seems like he's injured. And Cameron Brate. Both of these running backs. That's going to hurt them. The Bucks are always open to trading with us, so we'll see what happens with that. Guys, okay. Nobody huge here. Let's go look at the Giants and see if there's anybody there. AJ Smith. Nobody big there. I wish they would. Le'Veon Bell. Wow. He's gone. Which is the way they would let us look at everybody, instead of just team by team. All right, that'll do it for this episode. Make sure you guys like and subscribe as we get ready to drop the next games. We are in a fight on top of our division, but our goal is just to make the playoffs and maybe progress some people so we can make some moves to get up in the draft and get some players. I will see you guys when I see you. Thanks for tuning in, and till next time, holla. Bye. I only know the best. That's up on my chest. I only know the reps. I only know what's next. Nothing more, nothing less.